Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 things that you need to know before starting your own construction company. Let's go. All right, y'all. So I brought you on one of my jobs. I'm doing a pool right now because that's what I am, a pool builder, pool master. Which kind of leads me into my first thing, and that is be a master at what you're doing. You gotta get them 10,000 hours in. Now, that 10,000 hour study, if you do more research in it, is kind of a broad, there's play, right? Like some things take 10, 15,000 hours to be good. Some things take like 6 or 8,000, you know what I mean? So when it comes to that apprenticeship, most people want to kind of skip that and then start right into starting a business. And then you got to learn how to bid, learn how to do material, learn how to structure scheduling things, people, whatever. There's like 100 things. So you got to get that master's degree, if you want to, so to speak, the real master's degree, the one that actually is going to make you money in the trade that you're in. Like, for instance, this job here doing pools, like if you really did a very good job and learned, I could probably teach you in about anywhere from 2 to 3 years, depending on your experience. Now, if you come from construction experience already, maybe 1.5 years. Every day, 8 hours a day, 8, 10 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week. So that's a lot of time. Now, you gotta just get that level of expertise. Find someone in the trade that you are wanting to get into and, apprentice under them. Tell them like, listen, man, I wanna work for a couple years. I wanna learn the trade. Maybe we work out a partnership, maybe not. You gotta be careful how you structure that too, but be open, be open with what you're trying to tell that future employer, what you're trying to do, because there's not a lot of people who will teach you how to bid, teach you how to schedule. So you got to find that person. But it's very important. Scheduling, bookkeeping, managing, these are high producing skills that you need to acquire in order to get your business on the first step of the journey, which is mastering that skill. All right, y'all, the next step is gonna be the tools, right? You need to have the tools for the job. So if you're getting into flooring, getting into flipping houses, getting into just doing trim, just doing carpet, I've done all these things. I used to and still do flip real estate, and so I've done all the remodeling. Before I got into building pools, I was a custom home builder. And so, and I still kind of do some stuff. Me and my brother, we team, we're partners. So sometimes if we have a really high-end client who wants a house, we might do it. But I won't anymore. My focus is on the pool company itself. So those tools are important. Now, preferably if they're paid off, that is key, or ideal, because you never know what's going to happen. When you're getting the first 2-3 years starting, you don't know what'll happen, and you want to have your bases covered. So not only do you want to have money saved up when you're going out on your own, a good 6 months to a year of bills and just finances, everything that you can think that I'm going to spend on food, rent, everything, at least 6 months to a year, and then keep it as a stash, right? But so the tools you're going to want, for me, like you need excavating equipment. You can see I've got my excavator, and then I got my skidster here. And I have those on payments because I'm not going to put the cash out toward them, but you got to have the work to pay for those payments. And so that's one thing you need to figure out, and be careful on how much debt you get yourself into, because you don't want to over leverage yourself. All right, y'all, number 3, get yourself into the marketplace. So you want to team up, network, get into groups, Facebook groups, build relationships with local people. So let's say you're into flooring, right? Let's say you're laying laminate flooring. Well, that means that you worked with someone that did laminate flooring, or someone who'd pieced out laminate flooring, and you learned the trade while doing like multiple other things, like I did when I was flipping houses. I learned all that stuff. And let's say you want to go specifically and just do flooring. Well, you can work somehow with your boss where you're charging him a good rate, where you're charging the standard, and you're going to do the floors, and he don't have to worry about it no more. You can get the flooring, do all the prep, and he doesn't have to worry about a thing, even the shoe mold. So that's one example, right? And so with that, like you've got tile stores, flooring stores, other companies that will distribute it. You know, you got your Lowe's and whatnot. So there's a lot of people that are surrounded by the flooring. And so that you take that example and you put it into your industry, you know, see if you can't break off and kind of do a sort of a partnership with your the man who's apprenticing you or woman, and then see getting to know the local builders, flooring guys, because you never know who, you know, gets overbooked on work and they can't fulfill it, but they want to maintain a good reputation in the community. So they're like, hey, I know I'm a good buddy of mine does the same thing. He's really good, so I'm just going to give him the job, and that way I can just keep going on. So it's like that. You know, you always want to make friends with the people in the same industry. It's what I do with the pool company, my pool business. I've got two of the biggest guys in this industry around my area. We're decent friends, and so one of them will refer pools to us when he gets overbooked. He's been around longer, and so he gets a ton of them. And so part of the marketplace is one tip, actually a bonus tip for you, is Google. Google is very valuable. So creating a domain name costs next to nothing. And then you don't have to build a website. Just get yourself into Google. Start getting reviews. You want at least 18 reviews. And when you do those reviews, if you don't, you know, get your boss to write one, get the guys you work with to write one, get your family to write one. You don't have to lie on it. You can say he does a very good job on his floors. You know, there's ways around it. You know, you got to be creative, but part of that is spacing them out, you know, 1 to 3 weeks. So these are things that take time, right? You know, if you want to do this before you eventually go on your own, would be ideal, because then you're starting to build that organic growth. And so once you get to your 18 reviews, you're starting to, you know, your boss will let you put pictures of whatever you're doing on your Google listing, and that way you're establishing yourself in the marketplace before you even go out on your own. So that is just a huge deal and very important for starting the business. All right, you guys, number 4, keep your finances in check. All right, so keep track of all your money going out, you know, all of your costs, expenses, everything that's part of bidding properly. And by the time you go out on your own, you should have those things in check. And you need to check everything when it comes to fuel, your insurance, your material, you know, the piece of gum you chew when you work on the job. I mean, like, everything needs to get calculated for the most part. I wouldn't just go calculate food, but, you know, you need to make sure you're in order, right? Part of the bidding process. But more importantly, making sure everything is tracked. And so ideally, you want to start your own bank account. So in order to start a business bank account, you need to get yourself a EIN number. So you have to have a business entity. And then you got to create it with an LLC if you want to be protected and all that. Costs a few $100 on LegalZoom, I believe. That's what I would do. Like, starting out, when you're committed, you know, that's important, is you're going to go all in. So starting that process is key. And so then when you go to do your taxes, everything is done right, and you don't have to worry about all the receipts and all this nonsense. And I would keep receipts, you know, just in case. But and you definitely want to have a tracking system for that. I use CoConstruct. Bonus tip here: I use CoConstruct for my construction business, and it's got all my jobs in it. Each job, I log all my receipts in each one. And that way I know how much I spent on each job, because that's important. You need to do a strategy meeting at least once a week, and either with your partner or yourself, if you don't have a partner, and go over and make sure that you're making the right amount of money per job. All right, y'all, last but not least, because there's a million things you need to know when it comes to starting a business, but make profit. That's the goal, right? Like, we're not in this business to just get by. We're not in this business to just, escape the 9 to 5 and get into our own thing, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up working more. You're gonna be, to get ahead, you got to be doing that marketing and those extra things that matter. So making profit is key. And part of our system to make profit here is part of our goal is 20 to 35%. If I make 20, I'm good, but as much as possible is always the key. And you got to set that benchmark for yourself and the industry you're in. So it depends on what you're doing. It all depends. I'm in the pool building business, so I make anywhere from 20 to 35% profit. The most I can make, the better, but there's only a certain amount that you can make before you're going to be too high, and then you're going to get outbid. And but these are the things, again, you should know while you're apprenticing with that employer. All these things you should know. So anyway, that's just 5 things. Hit me up if you want to see more videos like this. Leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.